Glendale, Arizona. Tuesday was the first full squad workout for the Dodgers, and their first spring training game was 4 days later. How is that possible? In large part, because ballplayers started training for this season almost as soon as last season ended. From seeking out a high school pitch in Glendale, Arizona, Tuesday was the first full squad workout for the Dodgers, and their first spring training game was 4 days later. How is that possible? In large part, because ballplayers started training for this season almost as soon as last season ended. From seeking out a high school pitching coach to working with a world-class sprinter, off-season training for the Dodgers was as varied as the players themselves. For Max Muncy, who had a breakout 2018, there was no way he was changing his routine from last winter. So again he worked out at the Michael Johnson Performance Complex outside of Dallas, founded by the Olympic gold medalist. Ross Stripling could be found at Fairchild Sports Performance in Houston with the Astros' George Springer and the Nationals' Anthony Rendon, among others. The Dodgers are luckier than most teams because the Los Angeles climate generally allows players to work out at Dodger Stadium under the supervision of strength and conditioning coach Brandon McDaniel, who has received rave reviews from multiple players. McDaniel makes suggestions to all players at the end of the season about areas of focus for off-season training, but Stripling said he appreciates the fact that the Dodgers don't micromanage. "I'm a facilitator," said McDaniel, "not a dictator." The turnout in Los Angeles was fueled by the return of hitting guru Rob Van Scoyoc, credited with Chris Taylor's offensive breakthrough when Van Scoyoc was a hitting consultant. After a year as a hitting strategist with the D-backs, Van Scoyoc was rehired as the Major League hitting coach. Among the players that worked out regularly with him were Taylor, Justin Turner, Jock Peterson, Austin Barnes, Enrique Hernandez and Cody Bellinger. McDaniel said minor league pitchers Mitchell White and Tony Gonsolin moved to Los Angeles to utilize the Dodger Stadium facilities. Scott Alexander, who lives in Arizona, worked out regularly at the club's Camelback Ranch Glendale complex. He said medical director Ron Porterfield helped him work to balance his muscles and he feels better prepared entering this season than he did last year after being acquired from Kansas City. Clayton Kershaw has been sidelined with shoulder discomfort in the last week after spending the winter seeking to better sync his body and mechanics. Included was a refresher course with Skip Johnson, now the head coach at the University of Oklahoma. But when Kershaw was a high school junior in Dallas and not even the best starter on his team, Johnson was a junior college coach who moonlighted as a pitching tutor. In relative anonymity, Kershaw worked with Johnson every Tuesday for almost 3 months in the winter of 2005-06. That funky leg hesitation, the signature of Kershaw's unique wind-up, that was Johnson, implanting a physical reminder to the lefty to keep his weight back over the rubber. And in January, after spending months improving his flexibility, Kershaw threw a bullpen for Johnson in Oklahoma to tune up his mechanics. Johnson compared it to a golfer working on his swing at the driving range. Rich Hill lives in Massachusetts where outdoor winter workouts are a no-go. But he works among many professional athletes at Mike Doyle Sports Performance in Boston. Hill reported to camp having already thrown about a dozen bullpen sessions, determined to avoid a repeat of last year's rough spring and slow start to the season. He fired a 9-pitch perfect inning in the spring opener on Saturday. Ken Gernick has covered the Dodgers for MLB.com since 2001. Read more.